What's up, everyone? I'm Carlos, Broken Fragrance Lover, and look who I have here with me today, Fragboy Stewie and Redolessence.
Hello, everybody.
We're here at 80s de Venustas in Greenwich Village. This is the new 80s de Venustas. And we're going to go through some rose fragrances that I happen to like a lot, that I don't think they've tried, or
I haven't tried
this one. All right.
Yep.
First off, this is a Byredo Rose of No Man's Land. What are the notes?
That's all gonna obviously go out right.
He said he was going to have it ready. He forgot. See? You lie.
All right, ready?
Yes.
The notes are rose, raspberry blossom, pink pepper, amber, and papyrus.
I tried this when I was here last time, and I really liked it on skin.
Okay.
Wasn't too overbearing. It was just rosy enough. I say that often, but it's some rose fragrances can be like real heavy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Very
thought it was
soft,
real nice.
very nice rose. I like this.
Yeah, I think in comparison to other rose fragrances, I don't know if you ever tried Rose de Taif by Paris Monte Carlo. That one's a really strong, pungent rose.
Too big.
Not saying that I don't like it. I think,
it's not something that you would wear.
Right. Yeah, it requires a certain taste for it. Same thing with Mogador by Keiko Masheri. I feel like that's really jammy, really in your face. This is actually toned down a little bit by the amber, which I think provides a nice sweetness to it. It almost gives it, I hate to say, but it almost gives it like a designer quality about it. But what I think it does is it makes it more likable. And I think it makes it more accessible to the average consumer. I think this is an amazing scent.
There's nothing wrong with likable.
No, not at all. I'm just saying, you would think that for a niche fragrance, you're expecting a certain, I guess, level of ingredients or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one is really good. This one is really well done.
This lasted for a good 7 hours on my skin.
Nice. That's
A
good.
little on the light side, but definitely was present on my skin for 7 hours.
Okay.
So you guys both like it?
I definitely like,
I like
it,
this one a lot.
and I definitely agree with Steven. It does have a designer kind of a quality to it. I shouldn't say like a bad in a bad way. It's definitely not a bad thing. This is a very soft rose. It kind of reminds me of Declaration d'un Soir without being, too floral or too fresh. It's definitely very well blended. And man, I'm so glad you actually gave this to me.
So that's 3 thumbs up here, I think. So next we got for you a fragrance that I'm sure you all know.
Yeah.
From someone that you all know, Frederic Malle, Portrait of a Lady. Now, I was asking if there are any reviews out there. I haven't seen any YouTube reviews on this. I hear it talked about on boards, on Facebook and everything, but I haven't seen a Facebook
No, you're absolutely
YouTube
right.
review.
I think the reason for that is because it is a unisex scent. Of course, all Frederic Malles are unisex. But I think a lot of people, they hear the name Portrait of a Lady and they think, it's certainly evocative of what would be a woman's perfume. So I think for that reason, that's kind of like a deterrent factor. But I really want to enlighten people and let you know that this is a totally unisex scent. I'll go ahead and read off the notes for you so you know what's contained in it. So we have Turkish rose, we have incense, patchouli, raspberry, sandalwood, black currant. Then we have some other spices like amber, some other spices in there like clove. And then we also have some resins, and there is an amber accord in the dry down. Now the perfumer for this one is Dominique Ropion, and he
we love Dominique
is
inside joke.
Very well established perfumer. He's done a few other ones for the company, I believe, Vetiver Extraordinaire being one of them as well. So there are a few that he's done.
And Cardinal Flower.
Cardinal Flower, yes, absolutely. And so what do you think about the smell?
This, as opposed to Rose of No Man's Land, is definitely, it's a big fragrance. This is a very big fragrance. It's one of those that definitely enters the room before you, in my opinion, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I work on the Upper East Side, and most of the women wear perfumes. Whenever anyone is wearing this, I can pin it out like immediately.
Yeah. And you have in the past.
Yeah. And they say, how do you know? They think they're wearing something so shishi and exclusive, and you're wearing Portrait of a Lady, aren't you? And they're like, it's really impressive. But I really love this one. It's got incense. It stands firm for hours and hours. It projects.
Yeah.
I love it. I actually own the camp, but I haven't worn it. I don't know why, but could you guys see yourself wearing this?
Absolutely, and I have worn this in the past, and I've actually put this at #1 spot, tying it with Noir de Noir by Tom Ford, saying that this is one of the very best rose-based fragrances that I've ever come across, and I absolutely stand by that because it's a very complex rose. It has this richness to it, and it's not extremely floral, even though the name is Portrait of a Lady.
It's not feminine in my opinion.
Not at all.
This is just completely unisex.
Yeah.
Silly move to name it Portrait of a Lady, but I think it was referring to really a picture. I don't know. I read something.
I think, the first time, the same thing, right? I read about it and I'm like, Portrait of a Lady? Why would I wear that, right? But then after I wear this, the scent is so beautiful. Like when you look at a portrait of a lady, look at Mona Lisa, you go, wow, that is beautiful. Yeah. That's what you would say about this fragrance. And you should definitely try this out. Don't back out. If you think it's a feminine, it's definitely not.
And I have to totally echo what Sai is saying.
Do you own this?
I don't own this. I've had a generously sized sample, excuse me.
And you don't need that much of this. This is one of those that you don't need to over-apply by any means. This is a strong fragrance, 1000%.
Yeah. I like the rose, like Sai said. It is rich. I think there's a lush quality about it, but then there's also a transparency to it as well, meaning it's probably light in composition, but not in performance. So it has a subtle nature about it, and I think what that translates to is giving off a very modest sort of smell. That it's not a scent that I would imagine somebody who's very show-off-ish and standoffish wearing, but somebody who's a little more confident in themselves. But like you said, being able to notice it also implies or suggests in some way that it has a unique smell about it. And I completely agree with that. I think the incense and the patchouli contribute to that a lot. So I really like this one. This would be 2 thumbs up for me.
Absolutely. 2 thumbs up here as well. Well, I think we should wrap this up because we're starting to get a little busy. We don't want to take away from their customers. Thank you, 80s, for letting us shoot this video here. We're going to shoot something for their channels in a minute. So everyone have a great new year. Take care.
Thank you for watching, guys.